Okay, hi everybody. Today I'm going to have you start opening this spreadsheet. I want you to click File and then make a copy. I don't care what you call it. Put your name in the document. Make sure you know where to find it so that you can upload it later, and then click OK. When you do that, you will have your own copy of this. This is what you're going to have to turn into Google Classroom so that I can see your work on this. So on Classroom, you'll attach this as a file onto the assignment for today. What I need you to do is I need you to start by reading all of this information. It's a little bit boring, but here's the deal. The first part of this is a guess and check activity. And so what I need you to do is I need you to see why what we're doing for the next couple of lessons works. And so this is a little bit confusing at first, but the goal is to just kind of do some experimenting and see what's going on. So in this cell, you can see some information about the setup of the problem. Here's the setup. You are like a consultant for a pottery company, and this pottery company is making bowls and mugs. And your goal is to figure out, okay, how can I not use too many hours of labor every day, not use too much clay every day, but still make as much money as I possibly can? What balance of bowls and mugs can I use to figure out how can I make the most money? So here's the deal. Each bowl sells for $40. Each mug sells for $50. The bowls take 1 hour to make, and they take 4 pounds of clay. A mug takes 2 hours to make because it's a little more complicated, and 3 pounds of clay, a little bit less clay. Basically, your workers work up to 40 hours each day. You have 5 people working 8 hours. And so you're kind of trying to figure out which, and then the maximum amount of clay that you can use is 120 pounds a day. So your goal is to figure out what balance of mugs and bowls should I tell my workers to make so that we can make the most amount of money every day. On the next tab of this spreadsheet, you're going to see this screen right here. And I'm going to tell you about how to use this really quick. Once you make a copy here, do not change anything in all of these columns. Don't change those things, because as soon as you change those things, it's going to mess up the spreadsheet. The only thing that you should change is this stuff right here. This is where you're going to do your experimenting. This formula is your profit formula. So you make $40 per bowl and $50 per mug. This hour of labor is your hours of labor formula. 1 hour per bowl, 2 hours per mug. This is your pounds of clay formula. So 4 pounds of clay for a bowl, 3 pounds of clay for a mug. All of these cells, this one, and this one, I have set up so that it calculates it for you. You don't have to do the math on this part. Here's the deal. You have to make sure that these two columns are yeses. If they're not yes, then that means that you don't have a legal combination of bowls and mugs, because you're breaking the amount of labor that you can spend or the amount of clay that you can use. So what I want you to do is I want you to experiment. I already did one experimentation where I did 4 bowls and 6 mugs. Click here and then make your next guess. I'm just going to double everything. So I'm going to double 8 and then 12. And so I still have a yes here and I still have a yes here. And so that means that I have 32 hours of work, 68 pounds of clay. I'm kind of close on hours of work, but I'm not very close on clay. So we'll see what happens if I double again, 16 and 24. And now I have a problem because I've used too much labor. I'm over 40 hours and 136 pounds of clay, which is over 120. So you have to choose, what are you going to change? The number of bowls or the number of mugs? Are you going to reduce what? Then you need to experiment with this. What do you need to change to make the most amount of money? Remember that your goal is to maximize the numbers in this column. And so you have to kind of experiment with that. What is the most you can make while still making this green and this green? You experiment with that. Once you think you have your answer, you're going to go back to Nearpod and you're going to finish the rest of this activity on there.